to
you.
read the public comment procedure again. The same rules apply that you heard at 6:30. I have 2 people written down for public comment. Mrs. Herring, did you want to speak before?
Diane Herring, Hilltown Township. I hope you will work with me here. If you log into the Penridge High School website and look at the parent page drop-down, I discovered something today, and it was actually due to Dr. Bolton's email.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
He was kind enough to actually echo something I strongly believe in, which is that such success is also the result of a strong family environment. And I have been finding it exceptionally difficult to navigate as a parent of a high schooler today and getting them ready to apply for college and getting out the door successfully. It has become harder and harder. If you go to the parent drop-down page of the Penridge High School website and you look for the tab that says testing dates, I assumed that was the date that would be for SAT and ACTs. I clicked on that page and I got a very pretty multi-screen PDF. It involves PSSAs and Keystones, and it's dated from 2015-16. And that was as of 3 hours ago. The reason I mention that is because we made another decision in the high school, and what I'm finding to be one of the most effective bubble-wrapped buildings I've ever seen, where nobody communicates effectively. I got an email November 7th in line with that today was the end of the first marking period. And in an effort to share marking period grades as quickly as possible, student grades will be accessible through Power Portal. We will not be printing report cards anymore. This got sent on November 7th, the last day of the marking period. I can't imagine the decision to do this was made on November 6th. Is there some reason why we can't communicate this in advance? Because if we had, we might have actually taken from parents, again, feedback, that in the decision to do this and vapor dust a paper trail of report card, you vapor dusted parent access to GPA. The only place a parent could tell what their kid's GPA was on their report card. It's available electronically through Naviance, a tool, however, that only a student is supposed to access. There's no parent portal for Naviance. So if you want that, you have to hack your kid's ID. So much for safe internet protocol. See where we're spiraling here? So, I have and been blessed with severally academically challenged children who are seeking and striving to excel. I brought that up because I can't tell what my junior son's current GPA is. And I'm trying to help him profile colleges. So I go to the guidance department. The guidance department offers me 3 options: harassment complaint, student assistant, and student crisis support. Where on there is academics? So I find out from my 11th grader, he actually had a sit down with his guidance counselor a week and a half ago. Guidance counselor wanted to know, with his academic track record, if he was going to take the ACT or the SAT. To which he responded, I've already done both and have test scores. How do you not know that? Mind you, this is a child you probably would want to know in your guidance department has taken the SAT and the ACT. The ACT, he has nearly a perfect score across all 4 categories. He scored perfect in 2 of the 4. His SAT, is 40 points below a perfect score. His PSAT came in today, he's in the 1%. But I have a guidance counselor that doesn't even know he took the tests. And I'm bringing this up to curriculum because I can't help my kid. And you're telling me it's great that families are supposed to be involved. The last committee meeting, we didn't talk about parent involvement. And now we're in curriculum. And I got told today what a great job we did getting our AP scores up. I can't even find my child's GPA because a decision was made in a bubble with absolutely no input. It is so frustrating because these decisions come out of that high school every week. And the best part is there are 2,000 parents out there right now who watched a Facebook post from a parent who said they stood here in the gymnasium on November 21st and had a conversation with the high school principal and several assistant principals, all of whom tried to log on to PowerSchool to address that parent saying, I can't see my kid's GPA. None of them could bring it up either. Oh, that's a problem. The best part is we're 4 weeks in. I got told you cut off printing a report card, which for no reason other than we'd get the information quicker, which by the way took 14 days for grades to be posted electronically. And you knew 4 weeks ago that this was not working and this was a problem. And you know what? Not one transparent, proactive communication from that building to us to say, hey, we know we have a little glitch, we're working on it. How hard is that?
The Canvas, I don't use I'll admit I don't have my Canvas Observer account in but one was to establish one of these Canvas Observer accounts and a parent login. Could you see that information or not? I'm not.
Canvas is separate.
Canvas is
Canvas
different.
separate.
It's not PowerSchool.
You can't see it on Canvas.
You're talking about PowerSchool.
PowerSchool, because that's where we were told to go get the grades.
Okay.
And to print a
Actually,
report
you
card.
know how to
Yes.
sign
You can't print a
up.
report card.
PowerSchool I do, but not Canvas. Okay, all right, thank you. And this is for Lonnie.
Sue Furlong, West Rock Hill Township. We'll just deviate just 1 second from why I'm here to touch on what was just said. When my son went to high school, they had a parent meeting with the guidance department in the beginning of the 9th grade to tell us parents what it would take for our child to qualify for the most competitive schools on down. You don't wait until a child is an 11th grader and then start consulting with that child, because doors have already slammed shut if they didn't take this or that, but they aspired to do so and so. Or maybe mom and dad need to save, more money, or get a hook for that child. The example that they happened to use when they discussed it with my son, learn to play harp, because all of the orchestras on campuses need harpists. It's just an example, but it was in the 9th grade. It was in the evening so that all the parents could attend, because they cared about what happened to that kid after he left the high school. And they wanted their children to achieve, not find out in the middle of the 11th grade that they didn't take what they should have taken in the 9th or 10th grade or 11th grade. So it's really a deficit here. It sounds to me like our guidance counselors are not focused on academics. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how you do it. You begin at the 9th grade and you coach the parents and the students. Anyway, the reason I'm here. Item F. I'm sorry, item E. What is that topic about? Is that the PSSA scores? Yes,
It's
ma'am.
the multi-year summary.
Okay, it's the PSSA scores. Is there some reason the word PSSA isn't there?
What is your comment, Ms. Furlong? 'Cause when
Well-
we get to that item, we'll address those. So what is your
Okay.
concern specifically?
My concern is that when you discuss standardized test results, which are typically PSSA scores, except for the Keystone, that you tell the public, especially the parents, we're discussing PSSA tonight, and that doesn't say PSSA. Unless you're a mind reader practically, the PSSA is not on this agenda. And I think that's not fair to the parents, and it's not fair to the students. You are hiding it. I don't know how we came in this year, good or bad, but if you're discussing PSSAs, stop hiding it from the parents. Say what you're doing.
Ms. Cohen, if I may, just one update from a previous meeting that addresses one of the public comments that was made tonight. I asked guidance to look into the Naviance Power School GPA model in terms of it being accessed, because as Ms. Herring said, that the GPA is available to the students through Naviance, but parents do not have access to Naviance unless, of course, they're using their student's account, as Ms. Herring said. The issue between Naviance and Power School is that they do show the same cumulative GPA, which is different than the report card GPA that Ms. Herring talks to, because the cumulative GPA is only finished grades. And so obviously at the end of the first marking period, that would have nothing to do with your cumulative GPA. So what was on the report card was a marking period GPA to just kind of show how you're doing, but it wouldn't update anything in Naviance nor in Power School. Power School does have the capability of doing that, although the wording is different from the wording in Naviance and is unclear. So we're in the process currently of speaking to the tech school, who is our Power School provider, from a tech standpoint, in terms of whether we are able to change that language, in which then we could flip the switch to Power School to allow it to be there. But currently it makes it look like your GPA, like right now, if we were to turn on the Power School GPA, it would say cumulative GPA quarter 2. Because we're in quarter 2, it has nothing to do with the GPA, it just has to do with where it resides. And so we have to decide whether we can change that or not, because the IU is just a consumer, they are not the designer of Power School. And if we cannot, we then will have to make the decision as to whether we flip that switch to solve one problem but create communication issues. Because obviously when you get to quarter 3, it'll say quarter 3. And so whether people will be confused by that or not. So currently the decision is made that until we're positive what Power School can or cannot do and how clear it can be, we know Naviance is accurate and Naviance clearly communicates to the children. So we are continuing to work on Power School, and we'll have an update as soon as we know from the IU what's possible from that standpoint.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
And I just want to comment about the guidance. It is something that we've had discussions about. Dr. Bolton and I just talked recently about not just starting in 9th grade, because even with certain things like, say, military academies, you need to start that planning before 9th grade. You know, 9th grade is when it starts to count, your grades start to count and all of those things, but you have to have certain things in place even in middle school. So we've had conversations, and I know I don't want to put words in Dr. Bolton's mouth if you want to say something else, but I know it's something that's important to the school board, and my own judgment from my discussions with Dr. Bolton is that's important to him too. So it will be, we're looking for improvements in that area.
And both of those topics are very clearly addressed in the comprehensive plan, as well as the Guidance Act 339 plan that has not been finalized yet, but we have spoken about on a couple occasions. That is finalized by the end of the school year, which is a K-12 guidance plan. It addresses far more than guidance counselors, but guidance counselors is part of what it addresses. So there will continue to be updates about that Act 339 plan as we go through the year.
I like the idea about the parent meeting.
It helps a lot.
Because it will help to give, a lot of times parents don't have the information. So, okay.
I have to say one thing.
Yeah,